Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again, as always. Late last night, guys, or early this morning, however way you want to put it, I put a post out on my community tab about some folks over in South Africa. Now, these folks were gathered in some kind of mob protest, whatever the hell it was, with a certain placard that said, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this or not, I won't risk it, K-I-L-L White. And I find it rather ironic that the people that they want to wipe from the face of South Africa were actually the very same people, or the descendants even, of the people who liberated them as a people. Because let's face it, guys, there's no two ways about it. There's no beat about the bush. There's no sugarcoating this. Without the white, as they call it, white, as they call it, they won't be there to protest. They won't have the freedom to be there to protest and hold up that sign deeming it acceptable to kill the people, or the descendants, as it may be, that liberated their people in the first place. These people, without white, would still be in heavy ankle chains. They would still be working on plantations. They would still be picking cotton in cotton fields. I'm not being racist, I'm not being offensive. That is just hard, cold facts. And I'm sure there's many of you out there who wish to disagree and hate the fact that this has actually happened. But that's the way it is. What I've seen over the past few weeks, my knowledge on what's going on in South Africa, by the way, is extremely limited. I don't tend to educate myself very much in the things that are happening overseas, that are happening thousands of miles away, because they don't affect me. They don't affect my livelihood. They don't affect my family, my children. But on this occasion, I have been watching a few videos over the last couple of weeks, I say. And you will see that the places in South Africa that the white has been driven out are regressing, severely regressing. Crime rate is up. Prostitution rates are up. The very infrastructure of South Africa, in parts, is regressing. A lot of tarmacked roads that were placed in South Africa, for cars and smooth travel, that kind of a thing, have been replaced by these turgid, like sandpit roads, dirt roads basically, that are made out of sand and rubble. Infrastructure, houses, shops, bars, that kind of a thing, torn down, replaced with rubble. Now, a lot of people out there are against colonialism, right? They are against the fact that white took over some of these places. They colonised some of these places. And they made them to what they were, not even 20 years ago. South Africa was a nice place to be, in some parts. Elon Musk will tell you, some parts of South Africa were fucking beautiful. I've seen some pictures from the 1940s and 30s of South Africa when the British Empire was part of Africa. I've got to be very careful what I say here. I don't want to get flogged by the algorithm. But now, there's gangs knocking around the place, there's lynch mobs knocking around the place, there's people roaming the streets with bats and machetes looking to K-I-L-L white. And I've got to ask myself, Donald Trump, I think, did a stroke of genius here by offering salvation, refuge, to these people who are threatening to be killed by these these mob-ridden South Africans, because it'll go back to the way it was pre the British Empire. It will be a backward water, sort of like Stone Age sort of continent, you know, where people hunt with spears and bow and arrows and walk around in tiger skins and zebra skins, you know, that kind of a thing. Maybe it's the right way to be. But then again, on the flip side, maybe it isn't the right way to be, because if it does go that way, who's going to bear the brunt of what it turns into? We are, the Western world. Because let me tell you, once South Africa inevitably goes down the shitter, once they've driven out every single white person in that area, we will have to take them in. Let's say about 10, 15, 20, possibly 30 years' time, when there's not infrastructure, there's no farming left to grow farms, there's no water, stuff like that. They'll be on their bed and knees, praying, begging, clamouring for the Western world to take them in and feed them and clothe them and give them water, shelter, warmth, all the rest of it. And I just cannot understand how it has come to this. I really do not. Now, I understand that these people are sore, I suppose you could say, about losing their homeland to colonisers. But you look at the bigger picture, right? Their homeland, once it was colonised, was beautiful, livable, it was sustainable, it had food, it had growth, it had an economy. Now, once all that's stripped away, you are left with exactly the same land as it was when the British Empire colonised it. The only difference is, it wasn't so easy to get to the Western world way back then. You couldn't just hop on the back of a lorry or hop on a dinghy across the Channel and across the rest of Europe. It would have been impossible during that time. But alas, we are left with what we are left with. The waifs and strays consistently coming to the Western world when they have fucked up their own land at their own hands. It makes my piss boil, guys, because that is where this is going to end up. I guarantee you. You just watch. You come back to my channel in 10, 15 years' time, if I'm still alive by then, and you come to me, you say, do you know what, Daniel? You were fucking spot on. We've got hordes and hordes and hordes of black South Africans descending upon Europe because their land is shot to shit. Please do bookmark this video, download it, stick it in your hard drive somewhere deep, deep, deep down inside, keep it safe, and play it again, like I say, in about 10, 15 years' time. And you tell me I'm wrong. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments as always, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.